Welcome to day 28 of the Gospel of John Book Club. And in today's reading, Jesus lets it be known. He has been who he is, and he will be who he is forever.
I was waiting for it. I'm like, it can't be this smooth. It can't be this smooth.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Jesus is laying it down. I mean, he's been laying it down for the last few days, and so. But he drives it home right now, I think.
Oh
so,
man.
Yeah.
All right, so we are in John chapter 8, verse 48 to
59.
59. All right. The people retorted, "You are a Samaritan devil. Didn't we say all along that you were possessed by a demon?" "No," Jesus said, "I have no demon in me, for I honor my Father and you dishonor me. And though I have no wish to glorify myself, God is going to glorify me. He is the true judge. I tell you the truth, anyone who obeys my teaching will never die." The people said, "Now we know you are possessed by a demon. Even Abraham and the prophets died, but you say anyone who obeys my teaching will never die. Are you greater than our father Abraham? He died, and so did the prophets. Who do you think you are?" Jesus answered, "If I want glory for myself, it doesn't count. But it is my Father who will glorify me. You say he is our Father, but you don't even know him. I know him. If I said otherwise, I would be as great a liar as you. But I do know him and obey him. Your father Abraham rejoiced as he looked forward to my coming. He saw it and was glad." The people said, "You aren't even 50 years old. How can you say you have seen Abraham?" Jesus answered, "I tell you the truth. Before Abraham was even born, I am." At that point, they picked up stones to throw at him, but Jesus was hidden from them and left the temple.
So we finally get to the end of this temple conversation, and Jesus is like, let me just put it simple. Before Abraham, I am. And,
that's like,
yeah.
I can't believe
it. And it's really powerful because, that I am was really, it comes from the Hebrew word Yahweh. And basically he was just saying, I have unlimited power. My nature is unchanging. Like I was, I am, and I will be. Like he's just saying, I am God.
Because is this how God had introduced himself to Abraham or his ancestors? He's called himself I am. Tell him the great I am sent you. I think it was Moses.
Absolutely, it was Moses. Yeah. So so when Moses was being sent to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt, Moses wanted, to be able to say to them, well, that it was God that sent him. So God said, okay, well, just let them know that I am sent you. And so when he says I am, that they really respected the name of God. That's another one of the names of God. And Jesus is now saying, I am. And so he's equating himself clearly and distinctly to God, which is why they were ready to pick up stones. Because according to the law, back in Leviticus, according to the law, blasphemy against the name of God was punishable by death. And so they're like, oh, we're going to stone him because he's committing blasphemy. He's saying that he's God. Yeah. And so if you haven't gotten it up until now, Jesus is God in the flesh. And I think that's the beauty.
And now we hear him saying.
And now we hear him clear. Well, he's been saying it. But I think this is probably the most powerfully
I feel like
that he kind of punctuates. It's like
to
exclamation point.
Like, I think for the longest it's like, I'm the Son of God, God sent me. And then even in the beginning, John the writer's introduction of Jesus is, in the beginning was the word, but Jesus hadn't really said that yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is like the first time that Jesus is straight up like, I am. That's it.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the stone.
Well, then he leaves the temple, and then he vanishes from the temple. And I think that but I think that the beauty of
they were besides themselves. They were like, what?
You're like, get him! But I think the beauty of the I am is that we get to see the nature of our God. We get to see the nature of who Jesus is, and he is all powerful. We've seen all the miracles that he's done. And I think sometimes and we might have talked about this a little, a few days ago, but sometimes, we see the work of God in our lives, but we refuse to truly believe or refuse to acknowledge it. And I think, this is one of those, statements of Jesus that we can all hang our hats on and recognize, like, listen, like, regardless of what's happening in your life that's unstable, or that is just whatever that's out of order, that's dying, that's decaying, Jesus is coming and saying, listen, like, you can find stability in me. I am. You can find redemption in me. I am. You can find, just whatever it is,
chills, like,
whatever it is, just know I am. And I think that's just so powerful for us.
I think this entire, like, the last couple of times that we've been talking about this, like, Jesus has been really setting this stage to really now hold responsible to the people that he is telling the truth to. Like, you're hearing him say this, you are no longer excused to say that you didn't know, you don't believe. And I feel like it's also a parallel for us as believers, not just believers, but even unbelievers in this generation. And to say, like, no, at this point, like, they didn't really know, right? And Jesus is first, he's coming on the scene and he's saying some stuff. But I feel like now, as believers and all those who are within the church, like, we know. And I think we have a responsibility even more to inform people who don't know. I feel like, is Jesus really I am? And we really, really believe.
Yeah.
If I can read this and take it in, like, wow, this is the I am, the great I am. Got it? And I truly believe that, then I feel like I have a weight and a responsibility to say, God, what do you want me to do with this information? Like, Jesus, what can I do with this? This is serious. Like, you have arrived. And I just believe that I'm grateful for this time of just reiterating and going through Jesus's words, because it's a reminder. I think sometimes you get real comfortable with Jesus. You get real comfortable. You get comfortable. And I think he wants us to be comfortable, but we're still on mission. There's still work to do. There's still lost souls. There are still people that don't know that Jesus is here, that Jesus came and he died for the sins of the world so that we may have freedom. And so I'm like, just reading through this again, I'm like,
charged up.
Wow.
That's great.
This is like,
that is so awesome.
We gotta be on mission. Like, this is serious.
I think it's life-changing. I think it's literally life-changing, because I think, no matter how you came to the Word of God, prior to today or prior to these last couple of days, because I think Jesus has been really just drawing that line in the sand. I think all of us should move forward from today on changed in some way, shape, or form, myself included, you included. Like, we should, as we read, it should just, like you're saying, it should reinvigorate us to knowing and understanding, that Jesus is all powerful. And, if we want to see, people's lives change, if we want to see situations and circumstances change, if we want to see transformation in and of ourselves, we've got to preach Jesus to the world and to ourselves. And I'm not just saying just go out preaching, as a preacher would preach, but we have to be, like you're saying, living on, like we use the terminology, on mission. And really what that means is just understanding that Jesus, it was clear. He's like, here, I was sent into the world to accomplish this, to be the author and the perfecter of your faith, right? And so we continue that mission by passing it on, going out into the world, sharing the good news, the gospel, good news, same, that's what it means. It's sharing the good news about Jesus, that this is what he came to do. And so that we give others that opportunity to draw that line in the sand and say, wow, I've entered into the light. I want to follow Jesus too.
And it's amazing to see people's lives. I think we've been privileged to see people's lives actually transformed when they get it.
Yeah.
When they receive that Jesus is who he says that he is, and then place him as head of their lives.
Yeah.
And they begin to walk in not just spiritual freedom, but mental freedom. And like, it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
And I think this does reinvigorate me to be like, this is amazing. And I think the one thing that really stood out to me even more, I'm happy that they're they're talking about Abraham a little bit, because even in 56, he says, your father Abraham rejoiced as he looked forward to my coming. It even happened.
Yeah.
He was looking forward, and then I thought of all of the Jews and all the prophets that came before that were just looking forward to the coming of Jesus, and here they are experiencing it, and they can't see him.
Yeah, and Abraham, when they say Abraham was their father, God had promised that that he would be the father of many nations, and so the Jewish lineage came from Abraham. So they're like, oh, that's our father. But Jesus is like, yeah, look again. He was looking forward to me. I love it.